Hello, thank you for coming back to this channel. If this is your first time, please stay tuned, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. So today guys, I'm going to be making suya. These are a few pictures of the suyas that I've made in the past. Some of them are suya and chicken suya, some of them are just beef suya. Let's go. So suya is a popular dish eaten in Nigeria, and I'm going to be showing you briefly some of the things that I use to make my suya. Okay, in the first instance, you have to make sure that the choice meat you have is the meat that'll be easy to cut. You don't want to get the tough part of the meat because it will be hard for you to cut, and it will take time for the suya to get done, and it just doesn't become suya. Okay, it just becomes tough dried meat. So you can decide to use chicken, you can decide to use liver, you can decide to use kidney. It's totally up to you. Today I'm using beef, liver, kidney. What I have here is lamb kidney. Okay, that's why it's tiny like this, but it does the job. And liver and kidney, they're usually nice and suya. I have my knife sharpener, some heavy duty knife, and some foil to wrap my pan. I'm going to be putting links to some of these utensils in my description box. Okay, I have oil as well to combine all of the ingredients, and then some of the vegetables that we'll use, you know, the fruits and vegetables to use to eat the suya. I have groundnuts. It's always advised to use the raw groundnuts, but anyone you find is totally up to you. When you blend the groundnut, that's the way it looks. And then I have curry. Curry is optional. Ginger is what I don't have today, but ginger is really important in your suya. But guys, guess what? It's meat. Whatever you do to the meat, it turns out nice. I also have seasoning cube and salt, as well as some suya spice that I have. Very little suya spice that I have. I have uda. Now, because I didn't have enough uda, I had to use suya spice. But if you have enough uda and enough ginger and you grind them together, you don't need suya spice. So what I do sometimes is to blend the uda, and then I soak the meat in the uda for a while because I don't have heavy duty blender, and then, you know, I continue to make my suya. These are some of the vegetables. In the first instance, please wash your meat. It's, I don't know, some people say you wash your meat, blah blah, but I prefer to wash my meat and then wash my surroundings, that way I don't get predisposed to infection. So I wash my meat. Liver and kidney, they're usually called offals, that's organ meat, and they're a rich source of vitamins like vitamin D, C, A, iron most especially. You know, if you're prone to constipation from taking iron tablets, you can, you know, take offals. They're very rich in iron, especially for pregnant women and children. So it's not just all for enjoyment. You eat suya. Okay, so I sharpen my knife and then I start to cut. And if you've been watching this channel, guys, you know that I'm not very good with the knife, so people help me out to cut unless I'm wearing my protective gloves. Okay, so I cut the kidneys like that, and just cut them flat so that it doesn't take so long for the suya to get done. If you've watched up to this point, thank you so much, and try to watch to the end. I think you like it. I mean, it's just for entertainment. And as a disclaimer, I'm not like an expert in making suya. Actually, I never knew how to make suya, guys. It was until I relocated and I was like, I need to eat suya. Gosh, I need to eat suya, and nobody makes suya where I live. So I just had to go to YouTube, guys. I think this lady called Flo Chinyere, my gosh, that lady is so good. I learned from her that you use this uda to make suya. That was why I learned it. Yeah. So you cut the meat very flat like that, and then the blended uda water, you put it into the meat and you let it sit for a while so that the entire spice goes into it. What I've seen some other people do is to blend the uda. If you have heavy duty blender, you blend the uda entirely and then it becomes part of your suya spice. Yeah, but this is just my own way of improvising it over the years, and it turns out really nice. So you soak the meat in the uda water and you let it sit for a while, okay, and then you then start to combine the rest of the spice. Basically, I'd like to know where you're watching this video from, and I'd like to see your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much so far for your likes, your subscriptions, and your comments. I really appreciate them. Yeah, I think some people said I should continue with the Igbo. I still make my Igbo videos, guys. It's just because suya isn't eaten just by Igbos, and I want every other person to enjoy the suya video that I'm making. Okay, so once I cut all of my meat, you see, yeah, it looks very little, but the meat looked very big when it wasn't cut. I mix it very well with the spice, and you just let it sit for a while. Okay, over to me. Over to me. I start to add the spices. You add some pepper, but if children are going to be eating, I always leave the pepper last so that I don't add it to all of them. So I add some salt, I mix it very well, and I add some of my soya spice, add a bit of the curry, add my seasoning cubes as well. Be generous with your seasoning cube and your salt. Yeah, be generous, and then add the blended groundnuts. Okay, so I wrap my baking foil in, I wrap my pan with the foil, and then it's time to start introducing the meat into the skewer. So, this thing they always say, try to soak the skewer. I never remember, because I never plan very well when I want to cook. I just start cooking. I just decide I want to cook now, and then I start cooking. You have your oil as well, guys. For the best results, suya is made best in the grill because it just mimics the exact thing that the malams do. So if you have a grill, that's best. You keep brushing it with your oil, but if you're in the house, then just use the, what do you call it, use the normal grill of your oven. Guys, please subscribe to this channel. It's entirely free, please. And I'd like to see your comments in the comment section. Thank you. So I start putting the meat into the skewer. So this one is for the children that don't like pepper. And then I add pepper for the adults because suya is really nice when it's spicy and hot. Guys, like guys and girls, when they're out in the evening, suya is like something you must eat in the night. But I think it's often made at night. I don't know why. I don't know. It's really nice. Memories, guys. Okay, see the way it looks, really moist and yummy. So our oven is being heated up already. Yeah, almost done. So it's time to, because I need space, I just separate it, and I know the difference because the liver is separating both of them. So you set your oven at 200 or medium heat, okay, or a bit lower than that, and then it's at grill. You put it on the top oven, not the oven setting, it's at the grill, and then you allow it for about 45 minutes. You just keep checking, and if it's done, then that's beautiful. So the up one is done. If it was baked, you find out that the entire thing bakes, but if it's grill, you have to keep turning it, and the ones underneath wouldn't be done. So I just grease it up a little more as well, so that it's moist and not very dry. Remember, it's being grilled. If I was baking this meat, guys, I wouldn't need to use the oil on it again because it's just going to slowly cook it. So I leave this for a while and it's done. Okay. Oh no, let's see. Let's try and see. Let's taste this. Cut it. It looks done. I think it's done. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Sometimes I just kind of know because the sticks look dry, you just kind of know when it's done. 45 minutes is enough for it to be done because the meat is flat. And then I see these ones, I leave them up for them to start cooking as well. Okay, so guys, this is my favorite part when it comes to suya. You know that part where the malam will now be stripping the meat off the skewer. My gosh, I love it really well. And then they use the papers, you know, to give you the suya. My gosh, that's my favorite part. I just love the way they cut, especially the liver. And guys, look at what it looks like. You enjoy it with your tomatoes and your cabbage and your onions. If you're not Nigerian, I'd like to know, would you like to try this? Try it and let me know what you think. I think you'll enjoy it. Like, there's nothing that beats suya anywhere. Nothing. I've eaten meat in different forms, you know, but suya is just the best. And guys, enjoy this with like a chilled bottle of Coke or a chilled bottle of Fanta or whatever you like. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. And I appreciate you for all the ones that you've done before. Thank you very, very much. I'll see you in my next video.